Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird, bird, bird. The bird's a winner. Well, a bird, bird, bird. Bird is a winner. Well, a bird, don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody knows that the bird is a winner. Well, a bird, bird. The bird is a winner. Well,
here we are out here again with the Bayangtoys x16 GPS model. This is Birdman 316. The battery's plugged in, you hear all that beeping. And now we turn the switch on. And we turn the radio on. Now the lights are flashing, it's searching for satellites. Now we flew here last time. We calibrated the compass and everything for last flight here from this field. And we're going to see if recalibration of the compass is needed or not. But we will calibrate the gyros though, so she knows what level it is and stuff. And she should remember flying here last time. I hope she does. Well, she's got phantom props on her now. Last time I flew her, she had the stock props on her. And we're testing out a brand new battery. The battery is a 2800 milliamp hour Cheerson cx20 battery. 3S LiPo. Okay, the lights have stopped blinking. I'll be standing in the shadow, and you can see in my shadow, the lights aren't blinking anymore. Now what we're going to do, we're going to calibrate the gyros, which is done like this. And you look down at the lights, and they're flashing. And now we're going to arm the motors. I'm going to stand back. If I remember correctly, this button here is automatic takeoff. So we're going to automatically take off. Let her sit there and hover for a minute. Get her up a little bit higher. And the camera is rolling. We're getting a little bit of toilet bowl, so what we can do is we can cut this GPS off for a minute. And cut it back on.
How high does it go?
Oh, about 300 feet or so.
Really?
Yeah. I'm doing a review on a battery pack that's in it.
You doing what?
A review for YouTube on a battery pack. About 300 feet or so. Doing some toilet bowl right now. Might need to recalibrate those compass in here.
You said what, sir?
Might have to recalibrate the compass. It's doing some toilet bowl. It ain't supposed to be doing that.
Pretty neat right there.
Get away from that power line there. All right now. We're flying in altitude hold mode because the compass calibration seems to be needed anyway, and we didn't do one, so we might have to land and calibrate that compass. I'm not positive. We had some people come by and check her out. I didn't want to get too nutty with it, with, you know, people around and stuff like that. So it's not really a good idea to get too crazy with it with people around, you know. You want to kind of fly very cautiously. I know that sun is up, and we're in the 7 o'clock hour. We're just kind of flying around with this battery in here. I'm going to bring it back down for a little bit and see if the compass might have fixed itself a little bit, but we're going to find out here in a minute. We'll bring her over here a little bit. We turn GPS back on. Now it could be a fact that this wind is a little breezy out here. You can see her turning into the wind. See, it looks like she's sitting there sideways. The wind's coming from my right like it was yesterday morning. We're still getting that little bit of a toilet bowl. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think we should have calibrated the compass first. But what we'll do, we'll turn off the GPS, and being that we're already rolling with the hat cam and the Firefly camera that's on the bird now, we'll just jot that down as experience, and we won't forget to calibrate the compass next time. Let me get her up just a little bit higher. Yeah, I know that sun's blinding you. It's blinding me too, so let me bring her back over this way. That's a little bit of a goose there, gas goose if you will. Let me bring it down a little bit because I know you guys. How you doing? Doing good. These phantom props seem to do really well on this one. Yeah, we're flying around in just normal altitude hold because we might have should have recalibrated that compass. We didn't. We figured it'd be okay, but on this one it's not. See the wind kind of pushing her around a little bit. You can see there's trees blowing over there too a little bit. She gets on really good, you know. Let me bring it down a little bit. I yawed it instead of brought it down. Let me try this again here. There we go. Let me bring her back around this way. Yeah, that's a really nice bird. I hadn't flew in a good while because I had the original battery. And the original battery already had like 8, 9 flights on it. So I didn't want to wear out the original battery. It took me a while to find these batteries. The cx20, which this is the x16 GPS. And I had the connectors changed. If you notice when well, you didn't notice when I plugged the battery in. But this came with these banana type connectors, like the X8. And the cx20 batteries came with xt60 connectors. I'm doing this manually here. Like a, what do you call that? The, oh, what's that mode? The orbit mode. This doesn't have it. I'm just doing this manually. Circle me or whatever, you know. I'm doing it manually. Wow, that was close. But I trust that she won't get me. Well, I hope she won't get me. I hope she won't get me. And if this one gets you, it can hurt. I'm sure it'll hurt you if this one got you. But, you can get this one, I think GearBest runs a sale. Last I checked, this was like $130. In American dollars. This bird here, this x16 GPS. Made by Bayangtoys. I'm gonna get her down here a little bit closer so I can monitor this battery here a little better. Because we're going to run this until hopefully it'll land itself. Lights are still solid. Like I say, we're flying around in altitude hold mode because we thought that we could get away with not calibrating the compass, but that's not the case. I don't guess with this one because it didn't work today. It didn't work today. But that's a good thing to learn on total manual birds that don't have no compass calibration or anything, or no GPS or anything, in case something like this ever happens. So we're flying this thing. This thing has altitude hold, because you can tell the hands off right here. See the wind pushing her back? I'm going to do a yaw. I'm going to slow that yaw down a little bit. See, the wind's pushing her around a little bit, so it's good to learn on a bird that's totally manual. Even a bird that does not have hover hold to it. Because you gotta learn throttle management, you gotta learn your orientation, you gotta learn a lot of stuff. And they're pretty easy to fly, but you gotta learn, you know, like you gotta learn how it's gonna behave, the flight characteristics, throttle management, everything. Because of, like today, this compass, let's check it out. I'm putting it back. She's in GPS hold now. You know, she's gonna start kind of wobbling around a little bit. Well, she's proving me wrong now. She's making a liar out of me now. But most of the time, let's say that you have a bad, what do you call it, the toilet bowl. And the GPS is not really working correctly if it's got toilet bowl. So then you have to switch out of GPS, and you have to know how to control this thing manually so you can bring it back to safety, bring it back home safely. I'm going to put this in speed number 1. I was flying in speed number 2, but it seems that the compass is, the GPS is behaving itself now. Yeah, she's a little wobbly there, but we're going to keep an eye on her. Now when she's in GPS mode, it's best to fly it really slow so that the GPS can keep up with the bird, you know, keep up with the quad. Yeah, she's wanting to do the wiggle wobble, so I'm going to go ahead and cut off. There she goes. She's doing the toilet bowl again a little bit. So I cut the GPS off, and we're flying around in hover hold mode, total manual. I'm going to put her back at speed number 2 so I can should have a better chance to fight this wind a little better. It's a little breeze. It's not bad, but it's a little breezy. Bring her down a little bit and bring her around here. There we go. But as I was saying, it's get an in-your-face shot, if you will. Okay, lights are flashing now. The lights are flashing. That means we're in low voltage battery mode, so we're going to keep her close by. I don't know if you can see the lights. I'll bring her in close. You see the lights flashing. The lights are blinking, meaning low battery. So we're going to keep her about that height. So I'm hoping that she's going to land herself. I didn't do that. I did not do that, so evidently she has a feature that brings herself home even out in the GPS mode. Now this I did not know about this bird. Let's hope it... Well, we just mowed a little bit of grass there. But that was amazing and interesting right there, we just found out. We were flying in hover hold mode. No GPS turned on at all. And it went into low battery mode. And then when it got solo, well, solo, get it? I just flew one of those the other day. But when she got down to a certain level, she just raised up a little bit and returned home all by herself. I never knew that. I didn't know it would do that in hover hold mode, but I guess we all find out something different and new every day. Now this is Birdman Phase 16. We're going to document the time on this battery pack here. We will catch you in the next video. Sayonara.